What's up, guys? It's Rick again, and we're on Xleads. Um, and today we're going to talk about AI comping, how to use it, and how to get the fastest, most accurate comps to make your life much, much easier as a wholesaler. So that's what we want to talk about it. So a couple of things. Number one, if you got a question, drop it in the comment section. It's the best way to get your message across there. The easiest way to do it, just put it in there and let us know where you're dialing in from, where you're watching from, I guess is the accurate word. And dude, make a friend on here. So I'm on here Saturday morning. I've been up early this morning working on deals. We'll do a little update on the real estate market, but we are here to talk about Xlead. So if you got a question, put it in the comment. If I don't have an answer, I will do my best to get the right person to get the answer for you. Sometimes we have some highly technical questions. Sometimes it's just software issue, meaning iOS or Android, stuff like that. So there's a lot of things that go on doing a software. But what we want to do is use Xleads to make us a more efficient, a better wholesaler. And the whole purpose of what we do is everything we do in Xleads, we integrate as much AI as we humanly possibly can. In fact, we have some stuff coming down the pipeline that I think you guys are really going to enjoy. And I look at, so we do tons of appointments just like you guys do. And we're all about efficiency, speed, efficiency, speed, efficiency, speed. And I've already told you guys, when we talk about comping, the biggest challenge we find is you should not spend a ton of time comping, especially in the very beginning. In fact, I want you to understand the primary difference of how a wholesaler comps and a realtor comps is I'm just looking for a rough, quick estimate to see if there's even money in the deal. And most importantly, guys, I want you to understand this. Find the seller's motivation, period, end of story. We have to find the seller's motivation. So before I get into doing the comping, I'm going to show you how to do it real quick. I'm going to show you the old school way. I'm going to show you how to do traditionally through software with Xleads, and then I'm going to show you how to use AI. And I think by the end of this, you'll just jump in the AI because, listen, AI is not the final part of it. But when I'm talking to a motivated seller, I want to know instantly what's the value of that property. And does it have to be exact? No. Realtors try to be like perfectly exact and then they overprice it. I've watched realtors spend hours and hours and hours comping stuff. Guys, I'm a 30-second comper now. So I used to say 5 minutes. I'm down to 30 seconds because I'm not spending my time. So here's the problem is sometimes you guys get these big lists through Xleads or whatever software provider you do. And the old school way is we used to have the values next to them or like the tax assessed value. So when I used to talk to a seller, I used to kind of go, well, Mr. Seller, okay, I have you on the list. Okay, you're on 201 15th Street. Perfect. And then you go through it and you find out that, hey, you spend all this time comping it and you just waste time. You actually discredit yourself with the seller. They're like, I don't understand. You don't know the value of my house. So here's a little trick I want you to understand when you're talking to the seller and you do big, giant, robust lists like I do, code violations, government list, high equity, vacants, probates, whatever. I just go, hey, just tell me a little bit about the house. I don't care what the value is. I care what the seller's motivation is. That's all I care about at the end of the day. And if I can identify the seller's motivation, I can then proceed to do a comp. Do you understand how that works? But most of you want to do the comping first. Why? Because you want that instant answer. And I want you to understand that you have to find the motivation first, because a great wholesale deal without motivation, it doesn't matter what number you come in. You're literally just going to waste your time. People just don't roll over and go, okay, here's a house, pennies on the dollar. You have to solve a problem. If there's no problem to solve, you're in realtor land, you're in MLS land, and the only way to solve their problem is through price. We are not price solvers. We are problem solvers. Okay. Number two, when even a motivated seller gives you a price. So you all know when you go buy a TV, you buy a car, hell, a boat, it doesn't matter what it is. They give you the MSRP. So you know what MSRP stands for? manufacturer suggested retail price. Now, a lot of companies try to hold all their vendors to list it at the MSRP other than special sales. And there's an entire marketing strategy behind that. The problem is, guys, even with a motivated seller, when they give you a MSRP, which I call an SSRP, a seller's suggested retail price, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. So if a seller wants 400 grand for his property, you go, Rick, I got it under contract 350. It's a great deal. You fell for the SSRP trick. And that's where you now have to have an idea of comping to find out if you're in the ballpark or there's money in the deal. And the faster you can do it, the quicker you can work with people that have a problem, that need to sell a house, and get rid of the ones that just want to sell a house and they want you to pay the SSRP so you solve their problem. You have to comp. I don't want you to do a realtor comp, and I'm going to show you how to do it. And we will go through it. And then what I want to do is, real quick, before we get into it, I want you all to understand, like, the real estate market is, it's starting to show some very wary signs. And this is good news. I saw another negative article yesterday about the doom and gloom of real estate for the next 12 to 18 months. Now, if that freaks you out, it should excite you as a wholesaler, because there is no more retail outlet to sell homes that have issues. Realtors are struggling to sell nice, pretty, beautiful homes that are priced accordingly because of the inventory. Why? Interest rates are pretty high, and we have a massive affordability problem in the country. So we want to target people that need to sell their house. So in the old days, the last 10 years, really, especially the last 7, when you met with a seller, they go, no, I got 10 realtors saying they can get me above list price for it. I got 8 other wholesalers, and I have all these cash buyers and fix and flippers. I don't need to take your low ball offer. Guys, those days are gone. They are kaput. Why? We've had, the last 2 weeks, we've had a record amount of callbacks on offers we made saying, we'll take it now. We have withdrawn every offer. We have pulled every one of them back, and we gave even lower offers. Our deals are only good at max 2 weeks when we make an offer now. And I'm telling you, if you have people coming back, please take the information I give you today and recomp it. The times are changing, guys. We have a liquidity problem in real estate. This has always been a tried and true problem, but right now it is starting to rear its ugly head. So please, guys, look at me. If you do not use the low ball strategy, the go for no strategy, you are not going to survive in 2026 and 2027. So I'm excited, because whenever a market goes up or a market goes down, that's when you make the most opportunity when it comes to real estate. Same thing happens in the stock market. So we're kind of day trading houses in a way. Guys, I want to get in, I want to get out, and I want to just keep doing it over and over. The value in wholesaling is finding the motivated seller, and it's all in the marketing, everything we do. That's why we created Xleads. And not only does it do the marketing, we're going to talk about the AI comping. So I'm just telling you guys, reset your expectations, reset your seller's expectations, because I got everybody, so many people are coming back to me in Florida, which has been a smoking hot market. We're seeing massive problems in San Antonio. A lot of Texas have problems. So the states that really blew up are now going great. Cape Coral's a nightmare. Like, you can do creative deals there all day long. So still have an affordability problem. There's no quick fix. And if you followed what the Federal Reserve did yesterday, which was mind-blowing to me, they're buying back our own debt. So that's like you getting a credit card and paying your mortgage, and like you just do this game, because we're just going to print money till this turns blue. So they're scared about the bond market crashing, and they're trying to keep the economy stable. It's weird. It's a good/bad economy. I've never actually seen this. So we have significant issues with inflation because, guys, we just hit the 40 trillion debt ceiling. Like, it's, to me, our government is beyond broken how they run this. If you and me ran our credit cards like this, we would have filed bankruptcy like 692 times. And so this is going to have effect on real estate, because people, remember, for the last really 20 years, people would just treat their house like an ATM machine. Those days are over right now. So properties aren't selling. The days on market is approaching 6 months. That's 180 days. At 7 months, it's considered critical. Guys, once we hit that 7 months, it's going to be a field day out there. Now, here's what you got to understand. It'll be easier to work with motivated sellers and harder to work with cash buyers. And here's the secret, guys. Not only do you got to figure out how to comp, which we're going to go over today, but you have to understand, you have to sell it to a cash buyer so they can make money. I know that's a crazy, crazy theory, but that's how you sell great wholesale deals. Now, if you want to take it all the way yourself, knock yourself out. Wholesaling gives you the best opportunity to buy this cheapest property. So if you're watching this as a fix and flipper, you're watching this as a landlord, or you're watching this like a wholesaler with me, you choose which way you want to do it. So I sold 3 houses this week. I'm in, I'm out. I am not going to rehab houses right now. I got projects going on, but they're for personal use for projects I do. But like, I wouldn't touch a fix and flip if you gave it to me right now, because I don't know where the market's going. So as a wholesaler, when that market goes down, we go down. Watch this. Market goes down, we go down. And so it's really important you understand how to do comping. But I'm just telling you, this video is not a realtor comp. It's like, how do I get the fastest comp possible? And then once you identify the seller's need, then you can get in a little bit more granular of a comp. So if I have, say I've got 100 decent leads, say they want to talk to me, I did a lot of marketing, that's great. Don't run 100 comps. Go through, have the conversations, and identify the ones that really need to sell. And usually we have that, there's going to be 5, maybe 7 or 8. Those are the ones you're going a little bit deeper of a comp. So I'm going to show you how to do that shot over the bow comp. And then we're going to show you how to get a little bit in the weeds. But like, guys, if the one thing that drives me crazy when people comp is they cherry pick. Oh, I'm going to take this one off. I'm going to add this one. No, I take the most conservative approach when comping. Get rid of the crazy low comps, maybe other wholesalers, and get rid of the crazy high retail, and just find the common medium and make sure you're matching apples to apples. And AI can do a lot of for you. Now, what AI can't do for you, and I'm just telling you, I don't care how good AI gets. It'll get better. It will teach you how to price kitchens, baths, flooring, paint, and it can do a quantitative formula based on square footage. But at the end of the day, most of the time when we do the virtual wholesaling, we have to identify what are the repairs on the property. And honestly, that's the hardest part in a comp. AI just gets you to the table, but at some point. So how's the best way to decide what the repairs on the property? Number one, talk to the seller and say, listen, if you had to fix it, what do you think you'd pay? And most of the time, whatever they tell me, I just multiply it by 2, because they all lie. And let's be brutally honest. So guys, I appreciate you put the comments in there, and I'm going to go through the demonstration. We'll answer some questions. And guys, the economy's weird right now. We got a kind of a global war going on over energy. We got midterms coming up. We got 40 trillion in debt. I mean, we blinked, it went from 20 to 40. And by the way, it doesn't matter if you're blue or red on this. It's bad on both sides. I believe they should balance the budget, and they just got to restrict. I'm sorry, guys. At some point, you got to call it a day. You got to do something with Medicare and Social Security. Nobody wants to do it. Everybody's going to kick the can down the road. Our national debt's out of control. Our government spending is absolutely insane. And I thought Ronald Reagan said it best. It's like, it's not like you can sit here and just tax the rich to fix the problem. The problem is when they do tax the rich, they just spend more and more money. They don't drive down the debt. And at some point we need to stand up. Like, look at the old America. Everybody just pitched in, everybody took care of it, and we weren't overtaxed. And somehow we've come to this country where everybody's got to be taken care of. Guys, you're going to be taken care of, because at the rate these politicians are going, I don't care what side you're on. I don't play politics. I think I think our national debt is a joke. We went from the 90s to having 0 to 40 trillion. Guys, what do we have for $40 trillion? We got let's figure out how we can make our money and work within the software. So you put questions in, and but guys, I'm just telling you, real estate, it's the shift is very apparent right now. So there now, remember, all real estate's local. So just looking at the national can kind of tell you which way, but make sure you look at your local data. How do you look at? Look at your local realtors reports. Unfortunately, it's going to be 60 to 90 days behind. Look specifically at the days on market and the list price. What what the house sold, what the house is listed for, and what it sold for. That discount rate is getting much bigger in my market. So Florida's starting to come real messy. Parts of Texas is coming messy. I believe Arizona's having some issues. But like the Northeast is actually going up. It's kind of weird. So guys, let us know what's going on in your market. We can share data. We can tell you what's going on. I know nobody wants to give away their markets they're doing. And I'm gonna share some information other about Florida market of some deals that we've recently done. So without further ado, let me jump in and we will show you. Actually, let's do this. I want to show you. So guys, even if you don't have Xleads, and if you're watching, just check it out. That's fine. You learn something here. If I was going to, let's see here. So let me just show you the raw old way we all did it. And this is what most people do. But let's look at what the homeowner does. That's going to be the key here. So if I'm a homeowner, what's the first thing they're going to do? They're going to go to Zillow. So let's do a comparison. So if somebody wants to share an address on a property, please don't do a current deal. Maybe a failed deal would be great. Please don't put a deal you're working on because it's going to be put out to the entire world and they're going to get 100 phone calls. If not, I can put in a sample property. If you have a property of like a failed deal, or maybe when you struggle with a comp that is not an active deal, or maybe a property you're looking at, but like if you put it on here, people are going to look it up. So if you're not comfortable, I will come up with one. If you guys got one sitting in your bank, go, man, this guy's crazy. He's working with a realtor. I tried to work with them. They're absolutely nuts. Put it in the comment section. I'll give 30 seconds. It doesn't pop up. I'll put in my own and I'll show you how this works. Because I like to look at like what the homeowner's looking at. I like to see what the investor's looking at. And then I like, how do I get an accurate number so I can make this person an offer? And how can I get it fast here? So I can tell I got 4 peers. I'm sure somebody was doing our challenged. Failed foreclosure. Perfect. Okay. So the idea is listen, let me ask you, what is the first order of business of why we comp a property as a wholesaler? Somebody put it in the comments. What is the first and foremost objective? Because you have to understand the objective to figure out how you're going to comp. Now, a realtor comps to get the perfect price, to get the maximum offer, to get the seller the most. So if I'm a wholesaler, when I do my first initial comp, what is the purpose of it? It is not to get a perfect price. Put it in the comments. What is the purpose of doing a comp on a first run with a motivated seller? Because if you don't do this, you're going to give up your most valuable asset. It's right here. Is there money in the deal? Because so many times people go, oh my God, they're in foreclosure. It's going to be a great deal. Did you know most foreclosures, 8 out of 10 of them have no money in them? Think about this. Why would somebody let their house be foreclosed? Every now and then people get stuck. Something terrible happens. The bread maker in the house passes away and the other one doesn't work and they can't pay the mortgage. The house is in foreclosure. Those are the people we really want to help out. But let's be brutally honest. People in foreclosure, they put 5% down on the house. They stop making payments after 6 or 8 months. And you want to know why there's no money in it? Like if you got it at 5% and it cost you 9 to 10% to sell it, I'm not even going to waste my time with that person. Oh, by the way, the creative financing community, go nuts on that subject too. Like you want a subject to deal and you don't care if you make money, go ahead and sign that up because you're just going to lose the house to foreclosure and you're probably going to get sued for fraud. Like why? Because you had no plan to fix that and you told the seller you'd fix their foreclosure. So I have an address here. Let's do 6606 Salerno. So the first thing, one of the easiest ways I do this is the old school way. Right. Okay, here it is. I think this is it. So I pull it up, and I think I'm sharing my screen here. Yeah. So if we look at this right off the bat, it says 187.50. So whoever gave me it, tell me if you even think that's an accurate comp. That could be the ugliest bathroom I've seen all month, but it looks like they kind of have a nice kitchen. But we'll look at the pictures, do all this other stuff. 187.5. I was a 3.2. I find that highly doubtful. 1,000 square feet is a wildly, wildly tiny 3.2. So what I would do if I had to, but that's the number there. So let me know if you think that's an accurate comp, and then let's see if we can. This is way worse condition. Okay, so that's the problem. I look at it like, okay, so they call me, it's in foreclosure, right? So what I'm going to do next is now I'm going to jump over because that's what they're going to tell you. They go, Rick, I think it's worth 187. I owe like 150, and like, how do I do all this stuff? So let me take this off the screen, and then let's go ahead and put up our Xleads. So let's do share screen, and we will do Xleads and pull it up here. Now, the traditional way we do it in Xleads like this is I'm going to put it up here and go 6606. South Salerno. Oh, wait a minute. I'm in the wrong. Hold on. Let's pop it up here. Refresh my screen. Okay. So we type it in there. We're going to click on this, and then we go from there, and we can work through it. Now, what I like about this, I saw it right off the bat. I'm probably get excited as a wholesaler because I see 990. So I know there's some sort of motivation there. So the real question is there any meat on the bone? Can I make this thing work? And so you can go in here, and if you want to click on the comps here, but before I even click the comp, I'm going to just hit the foreclosure. So I see a notice of list pendings. I don't see, okay, at the amounts up here. So right off the bat, I can already tell, it looks like they did a loan in 2023 for 181. And if these are other outstanding mortgages, it doesn't matter. I already know there's just no money in this thing. Like I don't even have to look at it because I can look at it and see what they bought it for. They bought it for 181. They probably put down about 5%. So I can jump over to the traditional comps right here. And this is where I think you all get in trouble because the problem is the human comes in and you start cherry picking. What do I mean by cherry picking? The first one is you can go up here and click on how many bedrooms, how many baths, the distance, and you can manipulate like whatever you want. So if I look on this property, it is, so right off the bat, do you see this? I already told you right off the bat. It's got 1,002 square 2 feet. They're representing as a 3.2. The person who put this in there, it looks like it's only a 2-bedroom. So we're being lied to right off the bat. And then you see this. They tell me it's a 2-bath. It's 1.5. That's a huge difference. So a half bath just means there's just a toilet there. So right off the bat, this thing's falling apart very quickly. And huge wholesale score, and that's it. So right off the bat, I'm not even going to work with this person. But let me show you. So then we got to go down to the condition. So what I'm going to do is go back here and show you kind of another way to do this. Watch. Let me go back. So go up here. You see your little Ninja AI. I want you to go up there and click it. I got the wrong one here. Let me go back. So you can go up here and click that and do that, or you can go in right here and you can do a 6.6. By the way, you can do this by voice too. I can't do it because I have a microphone here. Let me see if I can do it like this. Fort Pierce, Florida. Do a comp. And you put it in there. So you see this right here, down here, guys? You see this little voice thing? You want to talk about speed? If you guys ever heard of an app called Whisper, I use it quite a bit. I try not to type. I've actually become a really good typer over time, but I was like the worst kid in high school. We actually took a typing class. That's how old I am. We had typewriters, but you can put it in here and just type in and just have it do the analysis for you. And I've got multiple windows coming up here. And let me go back. Hold on. I got to close out all these other windows. I'm taking too much of a bandwidth here. Let me come in here. A simple comp 6606. And by the way, you can do this with voice. I just can't do it with a microphone. And you can just type it in here. Let me click the button here. I'm going to have to refresh my screen because I had a bunch of stuff. I had 4 or 5 Xleads windows rolling on that. So when it does that, you can spit it out and you can run the comp on that. The other one is you could go back to the window and we do an analysis based on I'm just looking at some of my previous chats on there. Let me put this on the screen here because my computer is stuck, of course. So it's not Xleads, it's my computer. Okay, now let's see here. So what it is you have to give it specific type, Zach. I searched the comparable sales, market, and activity. However, looking at the broader Fort Pierce data, we're tracking 39,000 properties. It's really just telling me to go somewhere else. 6606. Comp this property. Now, I like to do voice. If you guys can do voice, it's just faster because a lot of times I can be sitting there. I'm doing something wrong with the address. What am I doing? Oh, I'm putting south in. See, so most of the time it is human error. You got to put in the right data because it's got to scrape it. So 6606. I put up, see how I put south up here? So guys, look right here. Okay. You can be, listen to me, you can be on the phone with the seller and just go exactly like this. So if I got them on here, I showed you, we can go through and manually spend 20 minutes getting perfect comps. I don't do it anymore, guys. I don't touch it. Now, an AVM of 252, I'm not buying that a whole lot because I already know that they're chopping up the values on it. Basically, a wholesale value of 164. It's not a 3-bedroom, it's a 2-bedroom. It's basically a 2-1. I have no idea about the half bath. So if I go down here, you show me the comps. If you look here, light, medium, and heavy repairs. Now, here's the problem is you got to put some common sense into it. I'm initially going to take, if I know it's in bad shape, I'm going to take 157. I know I'm going to be making an offer sub 100 right off the bat. Why? Because I don't want to waste my time. And I want to see if the seller's motivated. The fact that it already has a loan of a crazy amount of debt, there's not enough money to even make an offer below this because they owe significantly more than that. Bottom line is, I don't even waste my time on it. Now, if they call, I'm going to be super polite. I'm going to work with them, but we can work with it. Guys, give me another address and we'll just keep shooting you, show you how to do it. Because I'm going to, well, I can't show you because I got a deal closing on that one. I can't put it in there. Guys, I have done them for all the deals I've done the last 2 weeks. We have just streamlined our operations. We do not run. So if you look on here, watch this. I want to show you. If you look on the traditional way to do this, meaning I come in up here and then I put in a comp. So watch. I already told you my offer, like my conservative offer be 150, 155 for that property. I'm going to offer them 90. Why? I use the lowball approach. I do a go for no. I'm not getting in the weeds on what it's worth, because if I can't make 20 or 30 grand, I'm not going to waste my time. I don't run a free service. I'm not a realtor. I don't want to mess with this. So let me go back and show you the old school way of doing it. And this is kind of funny because the old school, watch. Now, if I go and strictly do the comp, so the first thing to do is I look at the loans. Okay. They got a loan at 7.5% at 181. Like I'm done. I don't even comp it. I just saved you probably 30 minutes of grief, because I've already told you people in foreclosure, the highest drama level you'll ever hear, because it's never their fault. I find good people in foreclosure that want to help. The ones that are in denial, there's nothing I can do for you. And then this person, the person that submitted, how much did they want for the property? Just tell me, because that's the fun part. It's like, so guys, what they want for it, I disregard. I identify the motivation that they need to sell. And then when they're in foreclosure, I'm going to click the loans first. And then I know right off the bat if I'm wasting my time. See, the old school way, I used to have to pull up public records. I would have to look up in the clerk of court and see how much the loan was recorded for. And that took me a little bit of time. But if you go over to comps, watch this. If I do comps, so up here, guys, just so you know, traditional comp, you can set the parameters for all these. So I would do 2 bedrooms. I do at least 1, and then I would do a max 2. You could, but do you see how much time this takes? It just gets a little ridiculous. And then, like, to me, is you can pull up which ones you want to do. So you can do sold, active, rented, pending, period. I like to do sold. But you can do pending and active, and they color code them, which is kind of nice on this part. And then you can go through the whole thing. Last 6 months, you can try 3 months, but it's really hard. So there's a lot less sales on that. And then you look at the year this one was built. I assume it's a pretty old age. Let's see here. But do you see how much time I'm wasting doing this stuff? It's kind of stupid. That was built in 1959. And all the other comps, just so you see, are 1970s and above. So that's going to red flag it right off the bat. But guys, I honestly, in 10 seconds, I would have never even messed with it. But here's the problem is you can go through here and go, okay, let's click this one. I like this one. I don't like this one. Look, I got a 4-bedroom, 1 bath. I'll click that one. I'll do that one. And now if I do all that, I come at 202 a square foot, and the AVM is 274,000. Why? Because I personally picked them. And what happens, you get an artificial bias. And here's how it happens. Let me pop this off the screen, and we'll answer some questions. The reason why people like doing the hand comps, because that's how it used to be. And number 2, if you're fishing, you're cherry picking your comps, it only means one thing. You ready for this? It means you overpaid for the property. Does everybody understand that? It means you overpaid for the property. And if you don't want to overpay for the property, stop doing it. End of story. Does everybody understand that? That's the only way you do the cherry picking. So I like to use, guys, once again, let me show you real quick again, and then we'll answer questions. So if I'm in here, I rather just do it the complete opposite way. And I want to show you again. This is how easy it is. Come up to your Deal Ninja. Okay, let me grab another property here. Let's see. Someone put another asterisk. So hopefully not South. Yeah, that was me. So you go, man, your AI is kind of dumb. It's not. It's Rick. So Somebody else had a property on here. Let me see. 212 Oyster Creek Drive. Hopefully that's okay. 212 Oyster Creek Drive. So watch this. Let's try it. Comp Oyster Creek Drive. Let me see what city that is. Drive Lake. Well, I don't know. I gotta. You got to give me a city state. I don't think it's going to be able to pick it off of that. I'll try it. Do me a favor, DIY. Just put in a city state on it. I might have missed something. Oh, I got another one here. Let's see. 34 Sylvanus. Let's try that one. See if that one doesn't pop up. Oh, wait. This one popped up. Is it? I guess this is Jackson area, Lake Jackson. Okay. So tell me this is right. The AVM initially came at 284. And guys, it gives you right here a wholesale value of 184. How did it come up with that number? It gives you all these comps. I'm on the seller. I got to keep moving here. It's between 204 and 177. So guys, I'm probably going to offer like 150 on the property and just see where it goes. I'm going to establish trust. I'm going to build rapport, and then I'm going to come in at a very low number, and I'm going to work my way up and find if the seller's going to work with me. That's it, guys. That was it. That was less than 30 seconds. Does everybody understand that? And DIY, tell me like what you thought when you ran the numbers on it. So let's take that same property. Let's see the address, 212 Oyster. And let's go over here. Let me switch my screen. Let's take this off. Um, 212. I can't remember myself. 212 Oyster something. We'll figure it out. Okay. Back to search. 212 Oyster. Let's see what it pops up here. No, that's North Carolina. Hold on. I'll get it. 212. I left it in Xleads here. 212 Oyster Creek Drive. 212. Oyster Creek Drive. See if that pops up. So that comes in at 204,800. Okay. Let me know if you agree with that comp. Now, when I go into, let me switch my screen here. And let's share it. Let's share our Xleads. Hold on, I'm coming. So that came out at 204. This one came in a little bit higher. Now remember, all real estate's local. And the idea is making an offer at that number. That's interesting. So that comes in at 204.8. I don't know if I'm missing anything. Lake Jackson, Texas. I think I have the right one. It's so funny. If you look at this, how like Zillow goes all over the board like a freaking stock market. But like, guys, I'm going to make an offer. So if I did it old school way, on this one, DIY, let me know what kind of offer you came in on that one. And let me know what you think. And let's do this. 204. I got to pull this off here. Oh, that's Oyster. Well, there's Oyster Bend too. I just make sure I got the one. Oyster 212. Wait, that's it right there. Now, this one had a really low wholesale score, but I'm going to go ahead and look on the loan, and they owe 132,000. So the question is, if you offered them 150, it depends on the condition of the house, but you can't offer less than like 132.5. So it doesn't look like it's in foreclosure. It doesn't look like anything like that. And you can run the comps accordingly to figure out the numbers. You can do it manually. You can do it that way. But guys, I'm just going to do a shot over the bow. Now, nothing's completely perfect, guys. You got to use common sense. The first thing you have to identify, do you have a seller that really needs to sell? If they don't, so let's put this up here. I got his comments. He asked for 180, was looking for at offering 135 because he figured about 60 on repairs. So you got to find out if that number is going to work. But like, guys, if there's no meat on the bone, don't even bother doing it, because what are you going to do with it? So I'm looking at other comps. Let me answer some questions here, and we'll keep it going with it. Guys, the bottom line is I want you to understand is just use that little voice icon. Once again, let me just show it to you real quick. If I'm going to do a comp in today's world, knowing everything I know, this is what I want you to do. You go over to your leads tab, go to your Deal Ninja, type in a new one, and just do a comp, and then put in your address. So whatever it is, like I did earlier, 6606, because I got it memorized, Salerno Road, Fort Pierce. Boom. And it's going to come up with a light, medium, heavy repair. And if you want to go in and look at the loans or anything like that, go, okay, it's between 180 and 150 is the offer, depending on the repairs. And it's got here's what I like to do. You see this wholesale value? I even go lower than that, guys. Why? I want to see if the seller is motivated to work with an investor like me. And only someone who needs to sell their house is going to do this stuff. If you want to solve a problem strictly on price, go for it. It's not wholesaling, guys. That's why it doesn't work. And the sooner you understand that, the easier this business actually is, hands down. So let me go through, answer some questions. If you got a question specifically about Xleads or anything like that, please put it in the comments. We're here to help you out. We got some exciting stuff coming out. And guys, keep in mind, with your Xleads account, and I want to pull this up real quick because a lot of times I overlook this, and Zach constantly reminds me, and sometimes we just have to do it. I want to show you this. If the value alone for Xleads, you don't think it's there, I want to show you this. Let me share this. Share screen. When you get your Xleads account, now, by the way, if you guys got during a promotion where we did a 7-day free trial, you only get access to our groups once your trial goes live, and you're going to. But like, look at this, guys. You get access to 1,500 members. So we have the Real Estate Deal School, and I want to show you this. Check this out. This is everything me and Zach have ever taught. Guys, all these courses, you would probably pay $100,000 plus. I'm not joking to you. We do curative title, like crazy stuff. We walk you through day by day. Watch this. Day by day on how to get started. You get a 30-day action plan. We go through the whole thing. We show you who all our coaches are. The only people who coach with me, they've done a massive amount of deals. Most people have done 50 plus deals with me. That's how, if you want to work with me and Zach, be a coach, dude, like you got to show, like we are like the Division I college football team. Like you got to show up for the starting. I'm not putting in like paid actors. I'm not putting in corporate consultants. I'm putting in real people that operate every day in the business, and they are required to do their own wholesale business. They do a wholesale business with us, and they have to help you guys share in the knowledge, because I teach the roadmap. And guys, guess which roadmap I teach off? I teach off of Xleads, everything we do. So I just want you to understand, we have the entire community. You have the class. Most of you guys would pay tens of thousands of dollars just to get access to all this stuff. And I'm telling you right now, it's all right here, right here. We do customized probate training. And if I can't even make this even easier than that, we teach you how to choose your market. We teach you how to wholesale. And guys, what's going on right now in 2026? If you're working with people that actually understand the fundamentals of wholesaling, all that stuff in the last 10 years you guys have been taught, most of it doesn't work. That's why people are trying to sell you surplus funds on doing foreclosures. Dude, that's like rookie stuff. Like that's not even real estate. What happened to novations? Oh my God, they went away. Oh, you can still do novations, but it's not a wholesaling skill. Wholesaling is about buying properties from people who need to sell for deep discounts and selling it very fast. Let me give you an example. I just did a property the other day. I'll do a documentation on it. I did it through you guys. Somebody brought me the deal. We split it. We had to go back and renegotiate it twice because they overpaid for it, which is 9 out of 10 of you. And I think we're making $62,000. I got to go look at the numbers because I saw the assignment come over last night. 5 days. 5 days. That's how long I had it under contract for. Why? Because we taught them how to identify a motivated seller. Now, they didn't know how to write the contract and they screwed it up. That's okay. We helped them out with it. So if you do a deal with us, me and Zach are going to have like a special meet and greet. We're going to do something really cool with this. But check this out. If that's not enough right here, look at this calendar of how many calls we do a week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my God, they show up every week. They do it. The only exception might be Christmas, Thanksgiving. This is what we do, guys. So if you have a question on a deal, go, hey, Rick, how do I do this creative finance deal? Hey, how do I deal with this seller's issue? Hey, how do I deal with the PR and the probate? Boom. And by the way, me and Zach are accessible on these. So me and Zach do 3 of these calls a week. So people are like, how do I work with you? I go, I don't have a $100,000 program. I have Xleads. Why? Because fundamentally, here's what I've learned with this. You guys see this? This is crazy. And by the way, you can click on the map and then you can find out where everybody is. Obviously, we have a big showing in Florida, but like the Northeast is like really big, and you can zoom into each market. So if you're all over the country, you can figure out where all our other members are and we can help you out. I just think it's fantastic, guys. When you start doing this, the community, the classroom, the calendar, show me any other wholesale program that has access like this. And by the way, we do Xleads training in here too, because everything we do is going to be in there. So guys, I just want to let you know, if you're thinking about getting a Xleads account or anything like that, you get everything included with it. 25,000 leads. That's the basic, by the way. You get your skip tracing included with it. You've got your e-sign in it. We talked about comping, the AI. Everything's built into it for you guys to really make this work. And I want you to understand this, the real estate deal school, which we call REDS, comes with your Xleads. Why? Why should you pay for coaching and then have to go buy somebody else's software program? And by the way, Xleads was created by wholesalers for wholesalers because we're so frustrated with what's going on in the market. So, okay, let me go through some questions here and we'll keep doing it. And I would have to look at the construct of the deal, but if you're inside, if you have an Xleads account, and by the way, you get an automated email, check your spam, and you register and you get access to our real estate deal school, because we only let people that are actually active in the community do this. I would answer this question 100% in detail for you. Why? Because you get access to 8 lives a week that we can discuss deals. Guys, 1 live a week, you can't sit there and discuss people's deals. It's just not enough time. And by the way, when you do this, let me go back and show you this. This is really cool. I keep forgetting to tell people this. If we go back to our community, when you're a member with us, if you look on this right here, see, send us a deal. This is only reserved for the people that have an Xleads account and are inside our real estate deal school. Now, you can pay for real estate deal school separate if you're just so dead set on having a separate piece of software, or maybe you've been using somebody else's. Number one, I would tell you to run an evaluation of the current software you're using and the value you get with Xleads. And sooner or later, you're going to jump ship and you know it. Guys, I don't have affiliate programs or anything. I don't sell this through other coaches. Why? Because I pass off all the savings to you. I promise you, most of you bought a software because somebody promoted it. Me and Zach are pretty much, we promote it. We work a lot with Max. He's just an incredible wholesaler. But I'm just telling you guys, there's a reason why you don't see Xleads outside the community, because I don't run any ads. I might. I don't need to. Because I'm a marketer. I know how to do this. But look at this. If you're inside our community and go, hey, I want to JV with you. I know if you have the Xleads data, I give you the training through our real estate deal school. Bingo. Check this out. Just click the send us a deal here. Uh-oh. Hey, you can submit a deal and it comes straight to my team. Not only that, you could do a curative deal, which is a messy title, which we love doing. You could do a wholesale deal when you got locked up, or you could do a creative finance. And here's the best part, guys. You don't even have to have it under contract. Now, we're not into wasting time. And if you keep sending crappy deals, you will be blocked off from this. I am not a realtor. I am not the last resort guy. You got to do it up front. If you have it under contract for a month and can't sell it, I'm not interested in the deal because it's probably pretty bad. And if you don't know how to write a contract, my team will help you do it. I've closed multiple people this week personally. I actually went on an appointment. I actually went on 2 this week. Why? I miss it. To me, it's fun. Like 7 years, all I did is do appointments almost on a daily basis. I actually love talking to people. I just want to let you know, guys, this is here for you. You can submit your deals. And if you go in here, if you have one locked up, and it just goes through and we give a MAO on it. If we think the number's over that, we're not going to waste your time. I'm not going to waste my time, just like you don't want to waste your time. We do the same thing, guys. It's like a no-brainer. Let me go through, answer some questions. Good morning, everybody. How you doing? But I'm giving you ideas how you guys can talk to us and meet with us, because it's pretty straightforward. So Peter says people are not paying their mortgage for 2 to 6 months, but the banks aren't foreclosing because they don't want to know. We'll see. I watched the delinquency rate. It's not quite there yet, but it's going to get interesting. Let's see. Let's go. I do love probates. She died and her parents could only afford to pay off. Guys, I see the motivation. Rick, can you bargain with a lender to drop the mortgage $100K? No, you can't. Banks they're not people. You guys realize they're just financials, and they're run by boards, and they're under a lot of pressure to make money for stockholders. So current pay is 246. So you would have to do what we call a short sale, and I don't teach short sales. Those are long and gone. Short sales are a path to make no money. There's so many restrictions and so many things you have to sign, you can't do them anymore, at least from a wholesale standpoint. So, so I kind of did the Zillow versus Xleads. Number one, Zillow's built for realtors. It's not built for wholesalers. And remember, all real estate is going to be local because it's just aggregating data. So if you're making super low offers, just the initial offer has to be very low, and you should get rejected. And if you identify the motivation and they want to work with you, then start getting in the weeds and really go, hey, what's going on here? How do I find the right offer? How do I find the right value for this? But it still has to be low. You don't want to get even close to the retail value of the property. In a perfect world, you pay half of it. But once again, it might be a good deal depending on what the repairs on the property on it. So which one do you trust? I'm telling you this. You have to buy it low. It doesn't matter, because the end price, let me ask you, if you do an appraisal, if you get the property listed, how do you know what the end price is? The only way you know the end price is after you sell it. It's what a buyer is willing to pay for it. So everything else is a guess. The old school way, I used to take Zillow. Take the Zillow number. If you want to go old school, take Zillow, divide it in half, make the offer there and see where it goes. If it goes up too much, bail and then get into it. Now, with Xleads, you can get into detailed comping, but like I know, once again, if you got to whip out a calculator, I guarantee you're going to overpay for it. And people that overpay for their properties, they like to handpick comps to justify their number. You're going to get killed and not make any money if you do that. I just bought a property the other day. It comped out, I think, at 360. I made an offer at 175. And I think I sold at 190, 192. I'm going to make money no matter what happens. Can I do that at every property? No, only the sellers that need to sell. Rick, are you taking advantage of them? No. Nobody else will give them an offer. They've got all sorts of problems with the house. They have financial issues. It's not my job to prevent how they got in that situation. My job is just to offer them a lifeline because I don't make anybody sell me a house, period. You see, when you buy PPC leads and PPL leads, you're hoping you can get a deal, but you're skipping the most important part, which is marketing. So if you do the marketing, you won't have a problem with it. I just want you to understand that's the best way to get that going on that. So, okay, let's go through. Let's keep answering questions here. I promised. So let's see. Leo says, I found a property in Orange County, New York. It's boarded up. Grass is manicured. Owners are deceased, but the taxes are being paid on the property. So what you have to do is you are going to have to do digging, and you're going to have to do a deep skip trace. You can do it manually. You can do it with Xleads, and you're going to have to find any lineage, what we call genealogy, and find like any type of relatives that you can talk to see what's going on with the property. I'd also talk to the neighbors. You got to do deep digging because nobody else can figure this out. That's why it's boarded up. And then look at to see if the city maybe has any liens. But you got to get a hold of a brother, a sister, an aunt, an uncle. Somebody has to be a benefactor of it. Just make sure the property's not in foreclosure. Those take a lot more work, and that goes into the curative title part of it. So maybe it needs a probate, something like that. I appreciate it, Jonathan. So guys, when you go to Xleads, you just get everything done in one shot. That's what the whole idea of it. And we've taken 3 years to get it to that. Let's see. So Clive, to do the chat, you have to earn a certain amount of points and then people can opt out because not everybody wants to be bothered, and we have to honor privacy laws. So you have to get permission, or you have to get a certain status through time and posts. So hopefully that helps. You can chat with me, Clive. I'll chat with you. I think you're in Tampa, right? So, and guys, listen, if you don't have an Xleads account, you're just getting started, and you're trying to figure out what it's all about, it's no big deal. Just go over. You can go over and we have a free group in one of our school groups. It's freewholesaling.com. And we still teach you the basic of wholesaling real estate. That group is specifically focused on getting your first deal with absolutely no money. And it's fine with that. Like if you don't have any money, you don't have any money. When I started, I didn't have any money. I had to figure out everything the hard way. So me and Zach have always given a path to find a way to get a deal down, even if you're down to your last penny. Now, if you got a few bucks, my opinion, I would start with Xleads because you get the formal training and everything. And if you don't do it, go and shop it around. I don't care. Look at the cost of some of these programs. It's absolutely ludicrous. And make sure whatever program you fit, number one, they're actively wholesaling, which I think for the most part they are. Anybody who wants to do one-on-one help, make sure they're in your local market and they'll split deals with you. I know there's probably others, but me and Zach are the ones who do the most deals with all our students because we believe in what we teach. So if somebody wants to charge you a big ticket price up front and they don't do deals with you, how much more information you need on that person? Like, it's great. I would love to collect 10 grand from every one of you. I can't sleep at night just because I know 95% of you will do nothing. And then you get upset and then I put you in a worse financial position. My goal, my mission statement is to put you in a better financial situation, but you're going to have to work. So I'm not going to give you this false promise, take 10 grand from you and just rob every one of you, because that's what I see going on in this business. Not everybody, but for the most part, anybody who offers a one-on-one and like they're on the other side of the country, dude, I'd run. Like, they're already telling you they're not very valuable. Think about it. Dude, in my wildest dream, I wouldn't even do a one-on-one. I would, it'd be, I don't know, like what's my time where I'd be at least 150 grand, because the amount of money I would lose working with somebody one-on-one. And by the way, community that supports you, it's better off to get peers around you that actually do the wholesaling, and that's what you want to do. So guys, do me a favor, make sure you're subscribed to this channel, get the most updated stuff with your Xleads. We got some really cool AI stuff coming out shortly. I would get in now. We've held our prices down. And if you've noticed, all the other softwares are starting to push their prices down. You're welcome to Xleads. Why don't you stick with the one that took care of you in the first place? And by the way, we offer a complete coaching program, including the Xleads. Check it out there, guys. Go to xleads.com. I appreciate you. I got to run, and I will see you guys actually tomorrow on Zach's stream. See you later.